Govinda Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Gopinath Sam Kund Radha Kund Girgavadan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to the Assembled. All glories to the...
So without any more verbiage, I will present our spiritual master.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militanjena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sapadantikam. God is the Supreme Being, full with 6 kinds of opulences. Therefore, He attracts everyone. This is the definition of the word Krishna. This Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna, the perfect person. We receive knowledge from the perfect person. When we receive knowledge from imperfect person, the knowledge is not complete. With same water, in the summer season will be very pleasing. So the water is the same, but due to seasonal changes, sometimes the water is very pleasing and sometimes it is very painful. So this material world, so long we shall remain in the material world. The pains and pleasure on account of this material body we have to feel. But if we come to the spiritual platform, that is understanding of the soul, then in any condition we shall be happy. That is stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankhati samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labhate param. Brahma bhuta means self-realized, that I am not this body. This is the first realization, self-realization. This Krishna consciousness movement is educational movement. It is not a religious sentiment. It is a science. And we have got our books also, you have seen, there is demonstration of the book. We have got already 20 books of 400 pages each. And we are going on writing more books. Everything will be finished in 80 books. So if you want to know through science and philosophy, we have got our books, you can read. Even if you read the complete set, it will take your whole life to finish it. But if you cannot read, or if you do not want to...
Well, the people that want to listen in an orderly fashion are waiting to hear the meeting continue. Those who want to ask questions, please have respect for them, and let us continue the lecture, and then we'll have questions.
Our spiritual master has traveled about 10,000 miles to come and speak to you. We have not come here to bribe anyone to come and listen to him. We have rented this hall here, and we have invited people cordially to come and listen as representatives of the intelligentsia of Australia.
Now, if the intelligentsia of Australia cannot sit for half an hour and listen to a gentleman speak about love of God, it does not speak very well for you. We are simply not asking for disturbance. We are not asking for violence, but we will meet violence with violence. We are not artificially pacifists. We are asking you to listen like gentlemen. We have come here in goodwill. We have come here not to cause any disturbance. So we ask you please to have that much respect for our spiritual master. Now at this time, if there is any questions about Krishna consciousness philosophy, not about fighting. We can go out in the street and fight and we can solve everything out there. We have come here to speak about spiritual matters. If we want to speak about spiritual matters, let's speak together, like brothers and sisters. Let's not cause disturbance. I have an ego, you have an ego. If you do something to flick off my ego, I may get mad. If I do something to flick off your ego, you get mad. So we'll go out into the street and set it like a cat and a dog? No. We're not here in this university to act like that. We're supposed to have raised above that platform. So please, we ask you to present sober questions to our spiritual master. Yes, sir?
The question was, this man is a follower of Lord Jesus Christ, and he would like to know what our opinion is of Jesus Christ.
We respect Jesus Christ as you do, because he is representative of God, Son of God, and we are also speaking of God, so we respect him with our greatest veneration. No, I am not Jesus. I am servant of Jesus.
You are a son of Jesus.
I am servant of Jesus.
What does that mean?
I don't say I am Jesus. No, I have no power of Jesus.
Well, I've got the power of Jesus.
That's all right. You are Christian, we are Christian. Practically the same thing.
And one other question.
Yeah.
I believe Jesus is coming back, not Krishna. And what are you guys going to do when you see Jesus?
Believe that Jesus is going to come back again.
Well, he is coming, welcome. He shall welcome. Yes. It's very good news that Jesus is coming.
Jesus had no reputation. He wore sandals and he was crucified between two thieves.
He carried flick knives.
And your spirituality's in a Rolls Royce, on a padded seat, and you're all into money, you Christians. You want money, you rip off people in the streets.
Yeah, I don't want money.
And you said violence with violence. And you said violence with violence, that's what you believe. Jesus turned the other cheek. And he expects his followers to.
There are many ways to handle a problem.
Yeah, but the simple thing, Christianity is simple.
Lord Buddha also taught how to handle a problem. And Lord Jesus Christ also taught a way to handle it. We had 3 questions. Maybe somebody else who have a question. One question?
I think you people can attain perfection.
Through serving God, we can.
Well, I say you can't. It says there you can never make it. And only by the blood of Jesus will we start. Now, can you all attain perfection? Can you really say you haven't sinned and you never will sin?
Another question? Yeah? Yes, sir?
Do you consider your movements the major form of enlightenment emanating from the United States today? Where does your movement, what order of priority has your movement in the White House Psychological Warfare Department, the CIA? And will you also be coming along to our July 4 demonstration again this year to try and fuck it up and divert people away from taking up real political issues concerned with Australian independence?
We can answer one at a time. I can answer them for you if you like. Our movement is not coming from the United States. If you have some paranoid stigma about everything coming from the United States, well, that's your hang-up, not mine. Second of all, our spiritual master, he came to the United States to start this Krishna consciousness movement because he got a free ticket on a boat to go there. And because it was the mercy of this one lady who gave him the free ticket on the boat, he came to America on the orders of his spiritual master.
This is the reason he came to America, to start Krishna consciousness. If you had sent him a free ticket, he probably would have come to Australia first. He was a monk, a penniless monk in India, and he was trying to follow the orders of his spiritual teacher by spreading love of God. He's not trying to stop any kind of a political movement. Actually, he is trying to spark a revolution in consciousness. I think that you are also interested in revolution. We are also interested in revolution also, but we are interested in the revolution which will help people to feel peace with themselves, whether they're communist or Marxist or Leninist or whatever ist you like. We're trying to help people feel happy, whether they're in the city or whether they're in the country or whether they're under any. This is what we're trying to do. So we are also revolutionaries. And actually we request you to cooperate with this Krishna consciousness movement so actually we can change the consciousness of the world, not just change from one political system to another political system. That's been going on for time immemorial, and we see there's no solution. Because people are changing their politics, they're not changing their consciousness. They're not changing themselves inside. They just change their ism, from communism to capitalism, and from capitalism back to something else-ism. We're asking people to try to get a little bit beyond that superficial political system and find out what actually motivates each and every one of us. That is God's consciousness, the love of God. That love of God is much more powerful than any temporary political system.
Hey, listen, if you're that bloody good, why'd you beat up my mate?
Haribol!